Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hi, I'm Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey, where I talk about how I lost 97.4 pounds after starting the ketogenic protocol, how you may be able to lose weight, improve your health, and regain control of your life like I did. Thank you for letting me be a part of your Saturday. And here we've got some people popped in already. Deb Ervol, good morning once again from northern Montana. And Buster Sugar Annie, good morning from Florida. And Marina Murray, good afternoon from Cape Town, South Africa. And Heather Silva, good morning from Boise, Idaho. Happy Ferret says good morning. So I assume you guys can see and hear me. Thank you very much for chiming in. Helen's Keto Kitchen. Hello. Good morning, my friend. Okay, today is an open Q&A. Sometimes the hardest thing for me to do is come up with a topic because I've done hundreds of these, and there's not a whole lot to say new about this. I know there are channels that are trying to come up with something new, or Facebook groups that have the new version of the whatever. But here's the protocol as I learned it and as I have practiced it for 9 years, over 9 years. Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer a day. Total carbs, not net carbs. Net carbs just means more carbs. If it's not on page 4, link below. Don't eat it, but you don't even need a food list. Eat fatty sources of protein, limited amounts of non-starchy vegetables. It's like maximum 1 cup a day of non-starchy vegetables. That's before they're cooked. Maximum 2 cups a day of leafy greens before they're cooked. And that's maximum. You don't have to eat any if you don't want. And limited amounts of full-fat dairy. So that's it. And then don't eat if you're not hungry. Hardest part, 100%. Stop eating when you're satiated. Second hardest part. And a tie for second hardest part. Be patient. 3-way tie for second hardest part. Persevere. That's it. There are no magical combinations of foods. There's no magical liquid you can drink before eating that will cancel out carbs. It doesn't work that way. Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer. Don't eat if you're not hungry. And stop when you're satiated. So that's it. So sometimes it's just nice to have a good Q&A session and let you guys decide the topic. With that said, having done the protocol, I will just turn my attention to whatever comments or questions you have. And I don't have all the answers. Some of you will have answers for things I don't. Or share your experience. This is informal. So let me just jump in. Jackie Starling, good morning from Bend, Oregon. Linda Bridges, good morning from Texas. Betty Lookaba, good morning from Ohio. Heidi Watts, good morning from Wisconsin. So Girl, hi from New Mexico. Patricia D, good morning from Southeast Pennsylvania. And our weekly video Bible study. Yes, can see and hear you. Thank you, Scott. Nancy Curtis, hey, good morning from Nancy. What you doing in Vermont, girl? And is it Ketchy or Quetchy, Vermont? Renee Philpott, good morning from Woolwine, Virginia. Lori Millard, good morning from Roanoke, Virginia. I know you said do not count macros, so I was wondering how much meat and what kind of meat do you eat daily? Isn't protein amount important to avoid hair loss? No. Well, if you default to eating fatty sources of protein, I mean, if nothing else, you need to eat fatty sources of protein. I mean, it's really kind of all you need to eat. Vegetables are not required. Carbohydrate is not essential. Hair loss can happen. Hair shedding, let's not call it hair loss. Hair shedding can increase with any dietary change or emotional trauma or physical trauma or anesthesia, or sometimes it's just, because our hair sheds all the time and kind of in zones all the time. We know this. And sometimes it's like an eclipse. All the zones line up and they shed at once. But there is nothing intrinsic about the ketogenic protocol that should be a problem for hair. As a matter of fact, the ketogenic protocol, if you follow it, is full of vitamin B, the B vitamins, which is, supposedly good for hair and nails. So I don't know how much meat I eat a day. If we I don't follow the macros. Frankly, a lot of what I've been eating recently is eggs in different forms. Why? Because we have 35 chickens and they are in full laying mode. Yesterday we got 26 26 eggs, maybe 28. So we're getting in the 20s every day. So I eat a lot of eggs, which are the perfect food. So that's it. But you don't gorge yourself. I no longer eat 10 or 12-ounce ribeye steaks. I used to. Now my husband and I will I'll cook him up a 10 or a 12-ounce ribeye, and I'll cut off the wee little end of the fatty piece, and so it's maybe 2.5, 3 ounces of that. That's not all I eat all day, but that's what I might eat then. Kind of a rule of thumb is that this is old school. This is not standard American diet. This is like just eat, whenever you eat, include protein about the size of the palm of your hand or a size of a deck of cards. I bet you've all heard that. But I wouldn't worry about hair shedding. It does, it, it, it's, it comes and goes. Lori Forsyth writes, any suggestions for evening cravings? Okay, here you go, honey. Let's quit using the word cravings like it's cute. Cravings are not a life emergency. No one ever died of not feeding a craving. So evening cravings, get out of the habit of eating in the evenings. Cravings are like stray cats. I've shared the story of our late great cat, Luna. She showed up at our side door. Now it's been 18 years ago. She's a little 5-month-old kitten. She was just looking at us through the door. We have the full, view door. And there she was, just like, okay, I'm here. So we didn't need another cat. We had caught our full complement of animals at the time and full house. Didn't want any more stray kittens in the neighborhood. So I took her to get her fixed. They said, keep her quiet inside for 24 hours, then you can put her back outside. She simply declined to leave. She remained mostly on our side porch and side yard for 17 years. But that's what happens when you feed a stray cat. That's what happens when you feed a craving. So let's just put it what it is. A craving is, there's nothing magical and metabolical. Oh my God, I'm craving popcorn. My body must be looking for whatever's in pop. No, popcorn's delicious. But the way you get over cravings is to stop indulging. For instance, my friend Dr. Westman, when we have the monthly Durham support group meetings, he almost always used to say, the topic of cravings would come up. And I moderate the meetings with him. And he'd turn to me. This is when it was in real life. And now we do it virtually. He'd say, Casey, ask me if I crave cigarettes. Dr. Westman, do you crave cigarettes? No, Casey, I don't. Dr. Westman, why not? Because I don't smoke. Now, if you can see not even before, no photos at my heaviest exist that I know of. But on my blog, you can go and see so-called before photos. I didn't get to be that big by not indulging eating. By not indulging myself in eating. I tried all the stuff. We did the juicing, and that would be great and fun for a while. And then I would find myself sorting out M&Ms by color and putting them in jars along the countertop, and then having M&Ms every day. And then I would do the move more, eat less. You can see photos of me at the summer of the triathlon, and that would be great. And then after the first triathlon, I rewarded myself with the giant. We went out and I got all the carbs. But something I never craved? Vegemite, which is an Australian food. Why have I never craved Vegemite? Because I've never eaten Vegemite. So once you stop indulging, and let's call it what it is, it's indulging. It's not necessary. It's not essential. It's a want. So that's what I would do is tonight, don't indulge in whatever food you think you're craving. Happy Ferret writes, I'm still learning what being satisfied feels like. Can you try to define it for yourself? Thank you for that question, because, just like recognizing actual hunger, because it's different when you're a fat burner than when you're a sugar burner. For those of you who don't know, reducing the carbohydrate intake to the point where your liver's not pumping out glucose, which is sugar. And make no mistake, no matter what the carbohydrate source is, Ezekiel bread, nuts, Snickers bar, tortilla chips, popcorn, ice cream, sodas, full sugar sodas, no matter brand muffin, it all comes out as simple sugar from our liver. So our body burns the glucose because that's okay. There must be a problem. That's why all this glucose is here. Well, it's fast burning. It can't be sustained. The brain wants more because it's burning more glucose. Okay, so you cut off that fire hose of glucose by reducing your carbohydrate intake. Our body turns to burning ketones for fat, ketones for fuel, ketones being fat, and our brain loves it. Our brain loves burning it. You can go for a long time without your brain calling for more food. So learning what hunger is, yes, takes some doing. Around Go Keto with Casey, we talk about pushing the peckishness. It's a rain in here. We're supposed to get thunderstorms. Peckishness is like, I could eat. But, it's not an emergency. It's not, if I don't eat soon, I'm going to fall out. I push the peckishness until it's like, okay, now it's peckishness to the third power. And then I eat. Eating slowly is a pro tip. And I mean, put down the utensils between the bites. Why is this? Because you want to get to satiety. There is a satiety hormone, believe it or not. There's a hormone for everything. And leptin is the satiety hormone. It takes a while for that message that, okay, you're good, you've had enough, stop. It takes many minutes for that message to get to the brain. I dare say that message depends on who you are, how old you are, your all that stuff. I don't know how many minutes it is, but let's just say for me, it's 12 minutes. Fine. If I have eaten all of my food, I've maybe overserved myself on the plate, but I eat it all in 7 minutes. Oof, leptin doesn't have a chance to get to my brain. And now I'm like, ooh, that's too much. So now I serve myself less, smaller portions, and I eat slowly. So the satiety is, for me, it doesn't stop as soon as I put down the utensil from the last bite. About 5 or 10 minutes after that, I go, ooh, if someone served me more food right now, I wouldn't want it. It is like, no, thank you. Not that I'd be grossed out, but no, I'm it's like you can only fill a bucket with so much water. It's like, okay, more water would be great in another circumstance, but my bucket's full. Thank you. Our buckets are going to be full of water after this rain. Okay, here I go. I'm sorry that. Okay, here Good morning. Good morning. Divine, Judy Dillish. Good morning from Ontario, Canada. Murray writes, maintaining weight is hard work after reaching target weight. I've been weight stable for 6 years, 5.5. If I ate the amount of food I ate 3 years ago, I would be putting on weight. I require less fuel. It's not because I've wrecked my metabolism. This is not a Biggest Loser phenomenon. I'm 3 years older. My body composition impacts this. My stage of life impacts it. So yeah, what we have to kind of do is maintaining weight is recognize that we may just need less fuel, which is a good thing. Vicky Dismore, bonjour from France. Comment ça va? Nancy Curtis, it's pronounced Queety. We have a vacation home here, beautiful spot. Nancy's usually from Florida. Patricia D, any ideas for a soft diet? I just had oral surgery. I need to restrict for about a week. A steak is a long way off. Mashed up eggs. Well, hard cooked eggs, scrambled eggs, fried eggs. If you make a smoothie. I have no problem with smoothies. Now, I'm not going to throw a bunch of stuff like bananas in it. Here's a standard smoothie we have around here. Water, ice, a handful of Blueberries, not a lot, a little handful. Usually they're from our garden. I freeze them. And 5 strawberries or so, a scoop of whey protein, might throw an egg or 2 in there, zip it up. But, I could say mashed cauliflower, but that is a food for me that I have to be careful with because I'll eat the whole thing, and it's carb dense. Remember, non-starchy vegetables are limited to a cup a day maximum before being cooked. So you take a cup of cauliflower and, steam it or boil it and mash it up. Is not much, but you might try that. Nancy Curtis writes, Patricia D, scrambled eggs are excellent. And you could throw some cheese in there and be really decadent. Buck Desno, I love Vegemite. Heather Silver, do you think we need to take any vitamins such as B12, C, or D? Or do we need to take iodine? The question about iodine has come up because if we're not using table salt, like standard table salt, which it has iodine, one of the reasons that it does is because lack of iodine was a real problem about 180 or 100 years ago, goiters and all that stuff. And a lot of us have switched over to things like, fancy salts, kosher salt. We just use kosher salt, which does not have iodine. To my knowledge, and that question has come up before, not necessarily. I mean, have your level check if you need. We don't even take a multivitamin around here. We do take, both of us, my husband and I, slow release magnesium. We get the generic formulation of Slow Mag. We get it from Amazon. If you go to my blog, link below, and look and see my favorite things, you can see that's the most economical way. But we do that 3 a day. It's magnesium chloride. Vitamin D, it's a very common deficiency in everybody anymore because we're slathering on sunblock and everything. So here's what I do. I take cod liver oil. Also, you can find the link. It's Carlson's, I think. Cod liver oil, which is straight up. I don't take a vitamin D supplement. I don't know that I trust supplements. Okay. So no vitamin C. This is a very nutrient-dense way of eating. Certainly, it's high in B12. Vegan diets are deficient in B12. Not this one. Christina Bolischik, good morning. On the road from North Carolina back to Pittsburgh. You were in my state. Judy Dulledge, I am just amazed. I have no cravings. That's great. Alexis, things jumping around. Oh, sorry. Alexis, good morning, Casey, writes Alexis. And Marina Murray, Patricia D, soft, melted cheese, scrambled eggs, butter, yum, yum, yum. Lori Forsyth, thank you, Casey. I will work on your suggestion. And Christina Polischik, yes, we've hit some rain at Charlotte. Some heavy. It's supposed to be bad storms coming through. Okay, here's a new one. The sound of one man laughing. Just want to say thank you. Well, thank you very much. I think you're new around here. Patricia D, Marina Murray, yes, good idea. Cat Cookie. She's a member of the club. Hi, Casey. I'm so happy I caught a live. Me too. The sound of one man laughing. Click, click, click. Like. Thank you for the smoothie recipe. Joy writes Patricia D. Joyce Holstein. Could you blend up sardines or tuna? Add some. Yeah. Mash up anything. These are great ideas. So I'm going to take this time to recognize Shameless Commerce Division. Tip of the hat, the Car Talk guys. You do not have to buy one thing to be 100% successful at this diet. Not one. But I will sell you mugs and water bottles and T-shirts. This one says I'm stronger than a cookie. Link, you can see some of the items below. Link to my spread shop. And this is a book I made a couple of years ago. It's a little habit tracker. It's got hopefully inspirational sayings and some wit in there. Habit tracker, mood tracker, get that at Amazon, but you can see the link at my thing. And thank you at my blog. Thank you to patrons. I have a private support group on patreon.com, link below, where depending on your pledge level, you get every weekday morning pre-recorded video snippets, the topics usually suggested by patrons, and you get to see me looking like the Crypt Keeper, no makeup, pillow hair, sometimes pre-coffee. Going up from there, pledge level, a handful of patron-only live streams on Crowdcast, going up from there, a handful of video group sessions on Zoom, going up from there. Oops, didn't mean to say that. Going up from there, monthly one-on-one with me. And I also send out postcards every quarter or so. So, okay, Tropical Rain 21, I am not going to recommend chia pudding because chia seeds and nuts are not on page 4. If it works for somebody else, great. It's not something I would do. And there's enough nutrition of the things that really are on page 4. And by the way, thank you guys for the likes, for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I had no idea that really helps my channel, and I didn't know. So thank you very much for it. And I see some of the hearts going up. So thank you for the little floaty hearts. That just makes me feel good. All right. Any other questions, or you want to share your story or feedback or observations? Oh, thank you for the hearts. Oh, hashtag Casey's Pink Drink. Tumbler full of ice, mostly diet tonic water, splash of diet cranberry, squeeze of lime. Okay. Thank you for that. Judy Dulledge, whatever happened to the face mask you were testing? I'm still testing it. Now, I need to make the follow-up video. For those of you who don't know, it's a red light mask. I look like Mike Myers, not the actor, but from the movies, the scary movies. I'm going to have to tell you, I don't know that it's making a difference, but I feel to my touch, my skin feels softer and firmer. It seems to me that these little lines, the little wrinkles here are diminished. I asked my husband, I said, does my face feel softer to you? He says, yes, but your face always feels soft. Well, see, biased. So I will do a follow-up. I have a sunspot right here, and it may be fading a bit. Again, unscientific. Thank you, Tanda Brady. Thumbs up. Take before and after pictures. I made the video is the before. I made a video which I posted. And so I lean into the camera and I show that. And I will do the same thing on the follow-up video. I don't need still photos for that. Our weekly Bible study. Thank you for the heart. Anita Prizgoki. Which mask? It's an Aduro face mask. If you look on my channel, it's one of the public videos I made about a month ago. And you're welcome to see it. They sent it to me. I didn't pay for it. But I also didn't tell them I'm going to make a positive video about it if it's not positive. And they said, fine. So they have no editorial control. Lori Forsyth, are you doing any strength training? I'm 61 and doctor is recommending. I was doing great on that, Lori. For one thing, for a long time, I was doing the Total Gym, which we own. And I got there. Then I decided I need to push this a little bit further. So I rejoined a very good facility, which is associated with my alma mater. Great gym. Did that, was diligent, got sick, and I've just gotten off the rails, and I need to again. But yes, strength training is important for everyone. Not to build up, but to preserve bone density when possible, lean tissue, keep our posture straight, good core. If you have good strength, if you do, bump into something or trip or fall off your bicycle, it can make the injury less and the recovery faster. So yes, I'm going to get back to that. I keep saying. Good job on pronouncing my name. I really try to be conscientious because I won't say my husband's whole name out loud, and people just look at him like, what? Anita Prizgoki. Nancy Curtis, I have 20 plus years experience with red lights. They are really great for healing. I started using them on horses, now use daily on my badly behaved knee. Nancy, that's cool. Now, this device that I have, it has like 11 different light settings. It's really a pretty good device, and I'm lucky to have it. So I've only been using the red light, and it's supposed to be for like wrinkles. My face is my face. What am I going to do? Okay. Heidi Crane, what do you think of the carnivore diet? I'm really kind of over this whole labeling. I don't eat many vegetables. I eat some. I don't issue them. If somebody doesn't want to eat vegetables, great. But I eat mostly meat and poultry and seafood and eggs. A little bit of dairy, not much. But if I feel like having some coleslaw, I will. So the whole, so I think it's great. I have no feelings about it one way or the other. Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer a day. Total carbs, not net. If it's not on page 4, don't eat it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Stop when you're satiated. That's it. If you do that, then it really doesn't matter what you call yourself. Marina Murray, Heather Silver. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that. Heather Silver wrote, have so much energy that I am walking 10 or more miles a day and at goal weight. Thanks for making this simple. And Heather, your husband just started as well, correct? That is fantastic. I love eggs, writes Kat. Marina Murray. They love giving diet names on the internet, right? Oh, I'm doing lazy keto. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I'm doing dirty keto. I don't know what that is. I'm doing lazy, dirty keto. I don't know. Am I doing slutty keto? I mean, why do we have to call it something? Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer. Total, not net. Eat fatty sources of protein. Limited amounts of vegetables if you want them. Limited amounts of full fat dairy if you can tolerate it. Don't eat if you're not hungry. Heather writes, thank you for keeping this simple. Thank you, but I'm not keeping it simple. I'm just doing what I was told. Deborah Goldman, where can we get a copy of page 4? Link below. Heather writes, yes, we have both lost 30 pounds this year and are at our goal weights. Unbelievable. Fantastic. No, it's not unbelievable. It's believable. And it is fantastic. Anita Prizgoki, getting my page 4 back out. I keep straying. I know, it's creep. It's little creeps. I'll just have a few nuts here. Or let me see, an orange won't hurt me. Or what about quinoa? Okay, no, not on page 4. By the way, just an aside, very rarely I'll get, to have some shade thrown at me. Page 4 used to be free. Right. Dr. Westman created page 4, which he based on the Atkins in conjunction with Jackie Epperstein. People took it, bastardized it, adding things like fruit and quinoa and cashews and bran, and called it page 4 and posted it everywhere. Finally, he copyrighted it. And whoop-de-doo, the money he gets from, because the money, he gets the money, he rolls back into grants and research and funding things out of his pocket. So there you go. If you want the original page 4, the real deal, that's it. Marina Murray, LOL. Yeah, slutty keto. That's what I'm doing. Heather Silva. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I wrote that. Vicky Dismore. Remember Richard Simmons and the Livet? I don't remember the Livet. I remember the Deal-A-Meal. I saw a documentary on Richard Simmons. It was really quite sad. Friends, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for all the input. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your Saturday. Keep it simple. And there are thunder boomers around us, so I guess we're going to have a day of watching movies. Cat Cookie gives a smiley face. And thank you for the positive feedback. You know what? It really does help. It really does. Because it's easy to get one's feelings hurt. Cristina Polishchik, bye! Drive carefully. Pull off the side of the road. Don't drive through bad weather if you don't need to, because you got a long ride ahead of you. Thanks, guys. Be sweet. Just don't eat sweets. Bye. It's 9:30.